welcome back to Valley Sports Season 4. We're so excited to be back. I am Laney Boeger here with Clare Jones today. How are you doing, Clare?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm so excited to talk to you about volleyball. So to start off, I know you've played for a super long time, probably most of your life.
Yes.
What originally got you into it?
So my older sister Ava started playing before me, and as a younger sister, you kind of try to do everything that your older sister does. So I was like, she's playing volleyball, so I'm going to do that too. So that was really how I got into it. I didn't do like any sort of rec team. It was just me and her, like just passing on the driveway, or I really didn't do any sort of rec team. I just kind of went straight into club after getting some sort of technique from her.
Wow, yeah, that's unusual too, because most people play like 4 or 5 years of rec before they play club. Does Ava still play?
She doesn't. She got a concussion and then shoulder injury. She's like,
oh my
I
gosh.
think that's it for me.
Yeah, well.
So she's retired.
Yeah. So you've played for a couple different clubs, including Dynasty in Pohaku.
Yes.
How else has club volleyball changed for you over the years?
Well, I think it's changed my mindset. I feel like as you get older, I was on one of the best teams in the nation. And being at that high level intensity, I think that kind of alters your brain chemistry a little bit because you've been in these high stress moments. And so you've kind of learned how to adapt to those things. So it kind of takes a lot for me to get stressed now, which is honestly a really good skill to have. And getting that mental toughness has been kind of a long journey because some coaches get inside your head, or even worse, you get inside your own head. So I think that's what I've taken away from it the most, is getting that mental toughness and being able to overcome those situations.
Yeah, and what's the biggest difference from like Dynasty to Pohaku between the different clubs?
I think both clubs are fantastic. You know, I've had extremely great experiences at both. You know, at Dynasty, winning a national championship, that's very big deal. And then at Pohaku, that is where my commitment came from. That's where I kind of got seen. So I think the main difference I've seen is kind of like a cultural difference. At Dynasty, it's obviously at that higher level, very competitive. Everyone's fighting for the best. And so at Pohaku, it's mainly like, it's a very like family Christian based like deal. So it's honestly just a really comforting place to be at. It's not, you're still like, you're expected to do well, you're doing your best, and you're trying to win it all, but you feel super, super bonded with the coaches and the girls.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know with Pohaku, you recently just went to a tournament in American Samoa.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So I have one girl on my team who is from American Samoa, and my coach is also, he's not from there, but that is where his family's from. So he's kind of grown up with that culture. And the culture that they have there is absolutely amazing. Nothing like I've ever seen before. It's just so clear that God is before everything. And that's kind of how I try to live. But like seeing it there, I was like, I'm not doing enough. Like it was crazy. And so it was also a great way to kind of see how college is going to be, because it's just these girls from the Midwest. You know, some of us had played together, but I didn't know the other half of the girls. So being like able to go across the ocean and then just start playing with these girls and win it all it's big. So it was a very cool experience to have.
That does sound really, really, really cool. How did club volleyball help shape your playing for high school volleyball?
I think it kind of helped me become more of like a bigger leader, because in high school, you're going to have girls that are younger than you. And so becoming a leader in club and like having that mental toughness is kind of what leads over to high school, because you're in these situations, you have freshmen, and like as a senior, you know, these girls are looking up to you as like a senior captain. And so being able to lead by example, and then in those tough moments, being able to kind of calm the team down as that leader is really important, because if you're stressed as a team, nothing's really going to go your way. So just being able to control the team and being calm in those stressful moments.
Yeah, so I know you just talked about this, but having so many years of club experience and being on the school team for 4 years, how else did that help you lead the team?
I think it really gave me like a bond, like being with those kind of girls. Like you're being with new kind of girls every day. You know, you're not it's not always playing with the same people. So making those connections and just kind of being able to flow into it, that's what's kind of helped me over those years.
Mm-hmm. And then you did play for all 4 years. How did the team change from year to year?
There was a pretty drastic change this past year. So last year we had 10 seniors out of 13 players. Well, I guess that would be 2 years ago now. And so that's a ton of seniors. Yeah. And so we did really well. We got second at state, and it was a really good season for us. And then coming into this past season, we were like, okay, obviously it's not going to be the same because we only have 3 returning girls. So those 3 of us really had to take initiative and really show these girls what varsity is about, because it's not, like JV, there's kind of like a bigger step in between those two. So having us being able to kind of lead those girls, it was kind of a challenge. It took a lot of patience. But yeah, it's changed a lot these past couple years.
Yeah. So you recently committed to Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville,
Yes.
In May of last year. What made you decide this was the school for you?
So I was really looking for a school, obviously, that had good education, because volleyball isn't the whole world. I mean, obviously if you're committing, but you're still going to play. But I was looking for kind of that family atmosphere, kind of what I have at club now. The coaches there were super excited to have me, and if you have coaches who are like, I guess we'll take her, then that doesn't really make you looking forward to it. So having the coaches really wanting to have me, and I spent some time with the girls on the team, and I just really clicked with them. They kind of seemed like my personality, and I was just like, okay, I can see myself here. And so a lot of those girls are coming back this year, which is a very good sign. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, you'll love it there. What was the recruiting process like for you?
It was stressful. It was a lot, because it's like you're deciding your future. It's not just like, oh, it'll just be another 6 months and then I'll be out. No, you've got 4 years ahead of you there. So it really took a lot, of thought, and I did have a couple breakdowns. I was like, I can't do this again. But, I told myself, I was like, I'm meant to be doing this. I couldn't see myself not playing volleyball, so I was like, I got this. Mm-hmm. But it was super, super stressful. It was a lot of visits, and then seeing the schools, comparing them, and then after that thought, I was like, then I had to tell the coaches, I really appreciate everything you've done for me, but it's just not the fit for me. And so I feel like saying that to a coach, it's scary, because you're like, well, what if I regret this tomorrow?
Yeah.
So it was just it had to be very well thought out, but I'm very happy with my decision.
Yes. So will the training leading up to your first year in college volleyball be different than any training in the past?
I think so, because the difference, so I'm a DS libero, so I'm playing back row, serve, receive, defense. So the level of the serves that they serve in college are a completely different level than any level in club. So I think it's going to take a lot of repetition, just getting used to those hard-driven serves. And then also I think it's going to be a lot of working out, because
definitely.
It's going to be a lot in college, and I'm not trying to go and just get burnout straight away. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to kind of have to get used to that routine and schedule and 6 a.m. lifts. So
that's going to be very fun. Wow, 6 a.m. lifts. What are you overall most excited about playing at the college level?
I am just so excited to be – so in club, I've been playing volleyball for 8 years now, club volleyball. And so you kind of see the same people, it's so fun because you get to know these girls. I have so many friends in Texas, California because of it. Mm-hmm. But then it's you're playing the same people over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm super excited to just kind of get away from the same people and be with this whole new team. And I mean, I love my team now, but I am just excited to kind of bond with new people, and then seeing other people across the net as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll love it. I'm so excited for you, and so excited to watch you play next year.
Yes,
it's going to be so fun.
You.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes,
love to hear
thank
from
you for having me.
Of course, and we'll all get super excited to watch you next year, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yep.